It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, murder at Baytown, Sterling. Last week, Wednesday, December 17th, at about 10:40 in the morning at the Goose Creek Consolidated Independent School District School, Ross S. Sterling in Baytown, Texas, Andre Matthews, aged 18, stabbed 16-year-old Andrew Meismer to death with a pair of scissors in an otherwise empty and unattended lab classroom. Well, not completely empty. A student walked in right as their fight over a $21 THC vape pen was starting to get serious. Matthews says his victim started the fight. The witness says Matthews started it. But this dispute over who threw the first punch doesn't change the event's outcome. One boy is now pointlessly dead, and another is in the Harris County lockup awaiting trial. Charged with murder, Matthews faces anywhere from 5 years to life in prison. His bond is currently set at $3 million, but that's probably going to be changed to no bail at all. Students from Sterling are currently engaged in ongoing protests against the school and the district over what they're saying are long-standing concerns about student safety. Indeed, a recent investigation by KHOU News found that Sterling has a higher than average for the county number of fights, but that no one outside the school would know that because GCCISD has failed to post violent incident reports for a number of years in violation of state law. When asked about this, the district didn't answer, but they did issue an open letter from Superintendent Randall O'Brien, which downplayed Matthews' disciplinary history and asserted that federal and state laws had limited their options for dealing with chronic disciplinary problems. That sounds like some major cover your ass bullshit to me. You know that Baytown gossip page on Facebook I talk about here sometimes? This murder is all they're talking about right now. So keep in mind that what I've read there is hearsay, but it sure does flesh out what local journalists are reporting. People are saying that Matthews was a special ed student, which somehow protected him from consequences of 2 assaults on teachers, twice possessing a knife, sexual assault, numerous fights in general insubordination. That is, it sounds like everybody knew he was dangerous, but nothing happened. That rings true to me. It fits my own personal experience there. I taught theater and public speaking at RSS for 6 years in the late 90s and early 2000s. I had a student who was obviously batshit crazy. Not dangerous, but beyond the educational abilities of regular classroom teachers and schools. Instead of getting help for her, she was simply treated as a discipline problem, in and out of in-school suspension, out of sight, out of mind. It got to the point that I felt I had a moral obligation to say something to the school's counselor. So I did. I told her that my student was mentally ill. I told her I didn't know what it was exactly, but that my student believed herself to be schizophrenic. What the counselor did was to give me a brief and condescending lecture on schizophrenia, and that was that. The sense was that I was a dumb theater teacher who didn't know anything about anything and that I should just stay out of it. So I did. I never again attempted to champion a student with obvious mental illness. A few years later, I quit education forever, totally disgusted with my teaching experience. I think this school culture of institutional indifference, where the institution and its functioning are always more important than the students. This culture I encountered at Sterling 20 years ago, I think it's still there today. I think it has a body count now. And I am, once again, disgusted with my teaching experience. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.